Does your salary disappear after 1 or 2 weeks? I mean, you get paid your salary, you buy a few things, you pay a few bills, and before you know it, the money is finished and you're looking forward to the next payday. If that's your reality, then this video is for you. Now, the good news is that the problem might not necessarily be that your salary is too small. Sometimes it's simply because you don't have a system for managing your money. And that is why in this video, I'll be sharing with you 6 practical things that you can start doing if your salary finishes before the end of the month. Please do me a quick favor and give the video a thumbs up. And also, if you haven't subscribed yet to my channel, go ahead and subscribe and turn on the bell icon so that once I post a new video here, you will always be the first person to be notified by YouTube. So these are 6 things you want to start doing immediately if your salary finishes before the end of the month. The very first you want to do is to create a budget. A budget tells your money exactly where it should go. Now, the mistake that many salary earners make is that they are always waiting for salary to hit their bank account before they start planning on what to spend on. And by then, emotions and impulse spending has already taken over. So instead of waiting until money hits your bank account before you start planning on how to spend that salary, plan for it before the salary comes in. So budget for every single thing. Budget for your house rent, budget for your feeding, budget for your transportation, budget for your airtime and data, budget for giving, budget for school fees. So basically, you want to sit down and create a budget for every major expenses before the salary hits your bank account. When you give an assignment to every naira, you are less likely to waste money on things that don't really matter. Remember that budgeting does not restrict your freedom. It only gives you control over your money. If you want to make budgeting easier for yourself, you can use the 50-30-20 rule of budgeting. Budget 50% of your income to take care of your needs, 30% to take care of your wants, and then the remaining 20% should be allocated to savings and investment. I've made a detailed video on this right here on my channel. I'm going to leave the link right there in the video description, so you can go ahead and watch it once you're done watching this particular video. The second thing you want to do is to track your expenses. It is one thing to create a budget. It is another thing to follow up on the budget that you have created. Many people just believe that they don't spend much until they take their time to sit down and calculate how much they've spent on snacks, online shopping, random transfers, and the rest. That's when they realize that they spend tens of thousands on these things. So make sure you track your expenses. You can use a notebook, you can use an Excel sheet, you can use a budgeting app, but just make sure you are tracking your expenses. Tracking your expenses will help you to know exactly where you are wasting money so that you can block those leakages and then you can save or even invest the excess. The next one is to increase your income. Sometimes the issue is not that you are spending too much money. The issue is that your responsibilities are way above your income. And no matter how much you try to budget, there is no way you'll be able to solve all those responsibilities with little amount of money. So if your salary cannot take you to the end of the month, it is very obvious that your salary is too small. So instead of trying to cut down your expenses, trying to budget to see how you can be able to sort all your bills with that small salary, the best thing you want to do for yourself is to look for ways to increase your income. And increasing your income is very simple. You can learn new valuable skills that can help you to get promoted in your place of work. Because when you get promoted, of course, your income will also increase. Or you can learn high income digital skills that you can use to solve problems for people online and get paid. You can learn high income digital skills like video editing, like copywriting, like sales funnel design, website design, and the rest of them. When you learn these high income skills, it can help you to offer your services in the online space to business owners or to brands, and then you get paid in return. You can monetize your knowledge. If there is something you know that other people do not know, if there is a skill that you have that others do not have and they would like to learn from you, if there is a wealth of experience you already have that has given you certain results, maybe in your marriage, maybe in your ministry, maybe in your career, there are people that would love to learn from you. So you can put that knowledge together into a simple digital product like an ebook or an online course, and then you can sell to people. You can go into content creation. You can create content on social media, maybe on YouTube, on Facebook, on TikTok. And as you create this content, of course, you can also make money because all these platforms, they pay creators. Also, you can go into affiliate marketing. Help other business owners or brands to sell their products or their services, and then you get to earn commission. These are different ways that you can actually increase your income as a salary earner. I must be honest with you, it's not going to be easy trying to combine your 9 to 5 job with running a side business that will help you to increase your income. But then you have to be patient with the process, knowing full well that this is only a season of life. But remember that the goal is not to work yourself to exhaustion. The goal is to create additional income streams so that you don't have to depend on your salary alone, because one stream of income can barely build financial security. The next one is to stop taking loans for everyday living. Stop taking loans to buy food. Stop taking loans to buy grocery. Stop taking loans to pay house rent. Stop taking loans to pay school fees. These are consumer debts and you don't want to be involved in it. The dangers of taking loans is that anytime you take a loan, you are actually reducing the amount of money that you can keep to yourself as salary in the next month. Why? Because a part of that salary is already committed to loan repayment. And if you are not careful, you continue in that circle. So every month you have to borrow to stay afloat. So stop borrowing money. If you are borrowing money for investment, that's a totally different conversation altogether. But borrowing money for consumption is something that you don't want to commit yourself to. So stop borrowing money for consumption, all right? If you are owing anybody, or you are owing a group of persons or a cooperative, or you are owing any loan app, find a way to repay your loan. Try as much as you can to repay every loan that you are owing, all right? And don't take more loans. Cut down your expenses and make do with what you have. The next one is to save a portion of your income. For many salary earners, when they receive their salary, they will tell themselves that they will save after spending. And unfortunately, there is always nothing left after spending. So instead of trying to save after spending, save first before you start spending. All right. So you can start by saving 10% of your income, and you can decide to automate the process by using a fintech platform. You can use platforms like Cowrywise or PiggyVest for your savings. The reason why I recommend these platforms is that they help you to automate your savings such that you don't have to depend on willpower. So let's say your salary is 200,000 naira and your salary comes in on the 30th of every month. Now, if you want to be saving 10% of that amount, that is 20,000 naira, you can automate the process such that once it's 30th of every month, Cowrywise will take a stroll into your bank account, deduct the 20,000 naira, and then help you to save it on the app. So that way, you don't have to rely on willpower. So no matter how much you are earning, try to save at least 10% of your income. It is not always about the amount, it's about the habit. And if you are consistent with saving, over time, those small amounts will compound to become something significant. Don't forget that the money you save in the time of abundance is what will save you in the time of need. And then finally, build an emergency fund. It is recommended that you should have at least 3 to 6 months of your living expenses saved up in an account, just in case any emergency could arise, because emergencies do not send notice. Your car could break down, your health could fail you, you could lose your job, your parents could call you from home for an emergency. So if any of these things happen, you want to dip hands into your emergency fund to sort them out. So let's say every month your living expenses is 200,000 naira. So what you want to do is to save up at least 600,000 naira in an emergency fund account. Now, you don't have to save this money at once. You can start building your emergency fund gradually. You can start by saving 10,000 naira per month, 20,000 naira per month, 50k per month, and like that you keep building it until you are able to have at least 600,000 naira in that account. If you don't have an emergency fund account, every little unexpected expenses becomes a crisis. But with an emergency fund account, life becomes less stressful. Why? Because you know you have something to fall back on. If your salary finishes before the end of the month, stop hoping that things will magically change. It is you that has to change your system. So create a budget, track your expenses, increase your income, stop taking loans, save a portion of your income, and create an emergency fund. These habits might look very simple, but they can transform your financial life over time. So that will be all for today's video. If you find it helpful, do well to like the video. And also, if you have not subscribed to my channel, go ahead and do that quickly and turn on the bell icon so that once I release a new video, you'll always be the first person to be notified by YouTube. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.